Hi everybody, it's Leanne here. I'm going to make a quick little video about 8A and B on 7.4. This was a question to go over. So let's talk about it. I think what I'll do is I'll read the problem and then I'll show you what I am doing right here. Okay, so first of all, it's the slope section and it says to consider ramps whose length and height are in the ratio 11:4. So anytime I see a ratio, I want to think for every 11, there's 4. So in this case, it's length and height. So for every 11 in length, it's 4 in height. Let y be the corresponding height, and think of x and y as varying together to make ramps of different lengths and heights, all in a ratio of 11:4. Okay, so first of all, we had to sketch a graph to show the relationship between the lengths and the height. So what I want you to see here is that what we're looking at in 11:4, remember we said for every 11 in length, we want to go 4 in height. So for every 11 we go over, we want to go up 4. And so if I'm making my x-axis length and my y-axis height, and I'm doing that because the problem is asking me to do that, then I'm going to end up graphing this. For every 11 I go over, I'm counting by 2, by the way, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, I go up 4, 2, 4. And I'm going to go ahead and just continue that, make a few points so I can draw a straight line. And so if I look at this represents the ratio 11:4. Now remember, slope is a unit rate. A slope is an amount that we want to have per 1. So in other words, for every 1 we go over on the x, how much are we going up on the y? And so for this, I want to think about my relationship between my length and height. So for every, if it's 11:4, then that's going to mean for every 1 in length, I'm going to go up 4/11ths in height. All right. For every 1 in length I go over, I'm going to go up 4/11ths in height. And that's exactly what I have here. For every 1 I go over, which would be right there, I go up just 4/11ths in height. So it's a little bit hard to see, of course, on this graph. But we're staying in the same ratio of 11:4. So if we were to write an equation for this line in that ratio, we are using x as my length and y as my height. Then I'm going to want to show, I'm going to want to write it as y equals 4/11ths. 4/11ths again comes from the unit rate of how much I go up in height for every 1 I go over in length. So in other words, it's 4/11ths to 1. 4/11ths in height to every 1 I go over in length. It's that unit rate. That becomes the slope, and that's how we would interpret this line. Now, if we wanted to look at it the other direction, so length and height, we can look at these two variables sort of both directions, because we're talking about ramps that we could look at the height or we could look at the length. So let's flip these. Let's make this height and this length, just so we can see how the line would be different. And if we do that, look what happens. So again, our 11:4 ratio of length to height. So for every 1 length, we have 4/11ths in height. So for every 1 we go over in length, we go up 4/11ths. That's what we showed here. But now let's kind of flip it around. Let's make the x-axis height. For every 1 we go over in height, we are going to go up 11/4. Or for every 1 we go up, we go over 11/4, and I'm still counting by 1, so it's a little trickier, but you can see for every 1 I go over, should be about right here, I go up 11/4, which would be about 3 1/4. Yep, that looks about right. So we would write this equation as y equals 11/4 because this time our unit rate is 11/4 to 1, where our 11/4 is the length and our 1 is the height. Okay, I hope that helps. I know the book questions are a little confusing because we're talking about using different constants. So it's really just looking at these two different unit rates and how we want to relate them to one another. Okay,